Hello. Hi, everybody. Trying to send this link to everybody. Welcome. Oh, my goodness. What a week it's been. You guys give me 1 minute. Hold on. Hello. Good evening, guys. I am on time today. Y'all can't tell me nothing. I made it on time. Yeah. So sorry, man. We still don't know how to operate microphone in here, right? I have a very, those fancy microphone. Somebody got it for me, and I don't know. I need the other piece to get it connected. Still riling and rock and rolling with my old ones here. We'll see how that goes tonight. You guys, I'm here. I'm excited to be here. Happy Saturday. The weekend came way too fast. Way too fast, in my opinion. But we're here. We're going to make it happen. How was your week? Huh? What did you guys do? Sorry, guys. Oh, Rach is here. I got distracted with a text message I just got. Hey, Rich. Rich is here. Rich
Hey there.
man. I'm just going to call you Rich because I can't get used to this whole rich man thing.
So you want me to change it back from
No, no,
Richmond?
no, 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 no. Let's keep it that way. I would just call you Rich.
Hmm?
I said it's okay. Keep it that way. They don't need to know the whole thing. Keep it that way. Welcome. How was
Okay.
your week? How are you? Can you hear me? Oh, shoot. We lost him. Oh, man. Welcome, guys. Tonight we're talking about healing. Like, I almost just said it. I'm going through my own healing process about some things. So tonight we're talking about healing, and not just any healing after a breakup. Ouch. That's what we're talking about. How are you? Welcome. How was your week?
It was good.
Nice, nice. I'm just doing my due diligence really quickly to put a link in the comment section for those of who will be watching and want to join. Um, I also usually check to see if we're. Oh, I guess it is working. But trying to get everybody on here. Most people gone to bed. It's Friday. Remember back in the days when it was like Friday and we're like excited because we're about to go out? I don't remember when last I went out.
Yeah, me either. I think mine has been about a few years now.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think the last
remember
time
when
I ever
last I
went out
went.
on a Friday was 2015. Ish.
I think mine was 2018. That was the last outing before the baby started popping out of the skies.
Gotcha. Yeah, it happens.
Ah, but I think very soon I need some type of outing. Some type of outing. I need it. Like
We
that's
all do.
the that's to keep my sanity and see if I still got it with the dance moves.
Well, hobby can tell you that.
He don't be dancing. He don't dance. Well, he likes to dance, but like no, I mean like do I still got it? You know how back in the days when we go out, everybody be watching us dance. I want to see that.
You mean like going to a kitchen near you, and what's the other clubs that we used to go to?
We used to go to Mango Cafe.
Yep, those were the days. To be honest, I miss
Oh
it.
man. It's funny, the other day I was driving and I drove past it. I was like, oh, this is our young days hangout area. We used to try to go early so nobody will so we don't have to pay. Oh man, we went through it too.
Yeah, no, kitchen near you is no longer owned by the same person. The guy
Oh
that owns
really?
Spectrum bought it.
Oh. Because I know somebody who's from Cameroon. I knew the owner. The guy was part of like one of our group from Montgomery College, and he told us his parents own it, and we used to see him go there. We used to eat for free when we go there sometimes with him. He would just let us eat free fish, stuff like that. But yeah, those were the good old days. I don't know what people are really doing now. It just seems like I'm in my own
Well,
world.
no, they're still doing the same, but a lot of them spend their time in Spectrum.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. I think I visited Spectrum right before.
I've never visited it, but at
Is
least
it in
I've
Laura?
seen the what?
Is it in Laura?
I
Spectrum?
don't know. I've never been there. No, I think it's Silver
Uh,
Spring. I thought it was in
oh
Silver
yeah,
Spring.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I've been there. They have Silver Spring is so different now. They have changed that place so much. Um,
Yeah, the same guy bought kitchen near you. So I don't know what they've turned it into now.
oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he's expanding himself because he's trying to turn it into a big thing.
Nice. Is he an African?
Yeah, he's Cameroonian.
Nice, 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 nice. That's good. Mm,
Yeah, he's Cameroonian.
I like that.
You know they don't play. They like to spend money. They spend it and they make it flashy.
Oh, they know how to be flashy for sure.
Oh yeah.
The Cameroonians know how to party. Oh,
Yeah.
they know how to party.
I guess that IT job is what's giving them the money to do all that.
I guess.
Because me, my mind will not even allow
I know.
and you see now,
Ooh, your
he
network.
literally people will buy
Oh, we're losing. You guys, I'm just sharing the show while we wait for the network to work for. Um,
like in the right sense. Would you ever buy a $300 bottle of alcohol and then you use it to wash your hands?
what?
That's what they do in Spectrum. They will buy a spade bottle and then I saw them using it to wash their hand. I'm like, are you kidding me? They said that one, that's not alcohol for drinking. That's the one that you use to wash your hand, and then you now get the actual alcohol to drink. They spend about one bottle can cost up to $1,000 in there. It's expensive.
On that note, let me get my charger. That's a lot of money.
Tell me about it.
That's being wasteful. People are so wasteful. It's ridiculous.
Well,
Like,
like you said, they like to party, right? You said they know how to party. Well, that's how they party. They party by throwing the money. They throw the money away. That's what IT is doing for them. They will make the money and then they throw it away. But then if I ask them now, what would they do if they lost that job now? What are they then going to do in the future?
Good question. Good question. Good question. All right. Well, on that note, welcome. I see like three people are watching. Welcome, welcome. Comment what you're watching from. Welcome, welcome. If you're new, first of all, I feel like I've been a really good friend to all of you guys who started following us. Sorry. But welcome back to Let's Talk with Miss Fee. We're here. It is 9 p.m., 9:12 Eastern Standard Time. But our new followers and friends who are joining us and you're noticing our platform, just want to say welcome. Over here, we keep it straightforward. We talk about real life stuff. If you want the fluff, I'm not sure if this is the place, but we keep it real. We talk about things that are affecting us in real time. And everybody speaks their mind. So we're not experts on any of the topics discussed on here. We're just like you, sharing our thoughts on the internet and sharing our life experiences and things, to tackle these topics. Tonight, we're talking about pain, healing, the newest trending thing that everybody do online. I'm healing. Is he done the work? Has she done the work? It's like a buzzword these days. Everybody's talking about how they're healing, they've healed, they don't want an unhealed partner. But tonight, I really want us to dive into that. Like, what is that? What does healing really look like? And what is everybody talking about? Are they really healed or are they just following the trends? And then when the cameras and everything closes, are we back to reality? Are we being honest with each other? Is it just society like trying to butter up, living for the gram, or just, everything is fast paced and everybody just want to feel faded in. I remember when we were growing up, they would tell us just be you, don't try to follow people, be you. Felicia, you are one person. You were created different from somebody else. And now it just feel like nobody want to be special or different from anyone. Everybody just want to be the same. So tonight we just want to understand there are a few, you know, talking points that I want us to focus on throughout this topic to stay focused and for us to gather here in time. So I want to welcome Richmond to the show. It's just you and I shared the link already. If you guys are watching, go ahead, type in the comment section, let us know where you're watching. Share the show, invite your friends, family. Let's talk about it. I want to hear from you guys what healing looks like for you, what healing should look like. And is the media really setting us up for failure? Because it was mind blowing when I saw how many people are dying slowly from just not being healed or being seen, but they're saying they're healed. And, being an African, how I grew up, I've never really heard people just say go to therapy and things like that, right? Like, are people really going to therapy? Are people really, putting in that work after like a divorce or before we even get started, I'm going to tell you guys how this topic came about. So 2 nights ago, I was up, doing whatever, cleaning. And then, of course, I always like to put something on to just keep my mind going, just listen to it. And then I saw a clip of Kendra G's show. Shout out to her. I think she's killing it. The whole dating thing. She knows how to get it. But yeah, I saw a lady on there and it was just so interesting. She's been engaged 6 times and married 3 times. And it was marriage. She divorced. She said I was really mind boggling. And I was like, what? Can you just get up and just do that? Like, and that's why I was like, are people even healing? Are they just saying these things just for people to feel like they're being like they're going through therapy and therapy is helping and they're healing? she said something. She was like, well, the first guy, I was 20 when I got married. And it was like one day I just got up and I was like, I don't like you, and got a divorce. And then the second guy, he had money, he had everything, he had different religion. I don't want to say that because I don't want to put people out there, you know. His religion was too rigid and things like that. And then she got a divorce. And then she woke up, she was like, yeah, this is not working. It's not for me. And she got a divorce. And then the third one, she said the third one was broke. She just woke up and she got bored and she was done. And to me, like, I'm just sitting thinking, like, what is the common denominator here? But anyways, we'll jump into that. Welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Fee. My name is Felicia. I am your host. I'm super excited to be here. Let's jump into it. Let's hear Richmond. Introduce yourself to the people. Say hi.
How you doing, everyone? I'm Richmond from the great state of Oklahoma.
Nice.
Nice to
Nice.
meet you.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You guys, please share the show, invite people. I have almost 6,000 followers. And it's very, very interesting how you guys just pop in and pop out because we ain't doing drama here. I don't like that. Y'all need to share the show. Okay? Y'all need to share it. Y'all always inboxing me and DMing me saying, oh, good job. Keep doing a good job. I needed to reflect on this. Like, y'all come in and just say hi. Keep it moving, you know. But yeah, Richmond. So, like I said, healing. Hmm. This one is giving. So when you hear the word, what I just said, like from the title itself, right? Before we even get into the talking point, have we turned healing after a breakup into a trend instead of a true transformation? What do you think when you hear that? What comes to your mind? Like, what are you thinking about?
When I hear healing,
Hmm.
I take it as a transformation. So I take it as a point in time for you to go back to the drawing board, take a look at every single thing, see what has happened, try to really analyze it, understand it, make sense of what has actually taken place, and then try to see how to revive revamp yourself. In other words, get yourself back to the right mentality. Because
Mm,
things can happen wherever, and then at the end of the day, if your mind ain't right, you're pretty much broken. So that's where healing now comes in. You need to get yourself back. It's basically the time for you to pick up the pieces and try to mend them back together. So it's more of a transformation, reset. That's how I take it. I take it more of a reset button to reset everything and try to just get a new clean slate.
true.
That's, that's my take on it.
Nice. I like that when you say like a clean slate, like start over, like just um so something I was thinking about, right? I like how you and I like how you define that. And that's something that I feel like people should understand what healing really is because um I hear a lot, like when I say I hear a lot, I like to read some blogs and posts and things like that, right? And I dive deep into some, like dating show, like Pop the Balloons, those Cantor G things. Every now and then, like I would just go on YouTube, find like the most viral one, watch it and see why did it go viral, because now everybody's about the hype, right? Um, So when I look at it, I try to understand, like, one, what was that person saying before they even like that everybody's drawn to? Because it seems like we're in this era where everybody, everywhere you turn, like I said earlier, it's all about I'm healing. I'm on my healing journey. And I don't know if people really understand what a healing journey is. And I want us to kind of like look at that. What healing is. Like I really want to define it, what it means. Um, and, I get it. Some people will say, well, healing can be different things to different people. I understand that. But there's a psychological definition of what healing really is. And I want us to like, I'm going to read it, the definition. And we're all going to, I'm going to go to the talking point so we can break this thing down real fast. Let me pull this up, you guys. Oh my God. So, from a psychological point, when we say we're healing, especially we're talking about relationship and we're talking about breakup, it's something that's kind of like traumatic that happened, right? Um, so breakup would be considered a trauma, right, Myra? Will you
Yeah,
consider breakup a trauma, right?
yeah,
Okay. Okay. So I think I want to look at it from that standpoint. So it said trauma healing, the process of recovering from a psychological and emotional effects of a traumatic event. Like I'm gonna use the typical example, right? Most women, we will break up. Like I said here before, most men really is really, really hard. Well, let me not say hard. Like the stat shows that women are mostly the first people to go file for divorce, or like women are mostly not saying women are, well, some people argue that women always break in relationship, but I don't agree with that. I feel like things happen in the relationship and women most of the time cannot, handle it or deal with it. And if it's something that keep happening, so they would try to get out of that relationship. But just to look at the definition, it says, so an intense emotion is like anxiety. Oh, co-host is here tonight. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Well, Madam Host, thank you. I'm good. I'm
Huh?
okay.
Welcome. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tonight we're talking about healing after a breakup. Is it trends or people are really going through an actual transformation? So that's what we're covering tonight.
Well, thank you for the topic. That's a beautiful topic
Thank you.
to discuss. It's very important that we all look at it on the issue of healing, the healing process after a breakout. Uh, um, you know, I want to first of all, I think it is a process that
Okay.
people have to go through. It's difficult to let go when it comes to things of such. It's difficult to let go, especially the kind of relationship that that person, and in fact, the kind of feelings and the kind of the way you people built the relationship from the onset, and the way you both of you build it out, and the connection of between the both of you. I think it is somehow difficult, but the healing process goes a
Mhm.
long way.
Right.
It really goes a long way. So when it comes to the issue of healing, to say, oh, I'm going to let go, I'm going to be by myself. But again, it depends on who was carrying much of the burden in terms of who was putting in more into the relationship.
Mm.
If yeah, it depends who are putting in more in the relationship. But whatever the case may be, whoever puts in more or not, the healing process in breakup, it's a long way to go. But I will stop there, and then as we go, our time goes by, and we'll be able to put in more information on it as it relates to the breakup and healing process in a relationship.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I just wanted to hear from you real quick, but before you came in, I want us to define like what is really what is healing, so people can understand like what that means. And I agree with you. I think people don't really give breakup the amount of time that it needs, because a lot of people say, well, I ain't gonna be waiting for nobody. They hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna sit here and wait and while they're enjoying themselves. But I feel like what people don't understand is it's not about the other person. When a relationship ends, like, don't think about the other person. Think about you, like taking accountability of what part did you play in that relationship for it to end. um Understanding like how did it affect you, either physically, emotionally, financially, like every aspect. Like, just think about that. How did it, and are you doing yourself a disservice by getting involved with somebody immediately just to cover that? And that's why I wanted us to talk about this, because in my understanding, I just feel like it's a buzzword that everybody's saying now. Like, I'm healed, I'm ready to move on, I'm ready to date. Like, every time you go online, you see that. And I'll give you guys a very classic example. Richmond, I don't know if you remember, they show Sister Sister, right?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. So Tia, it's somebody like I follow on social media, on Instagram and Facebook. Like, I'm always watching, and I really used to like them because how they really put their faith. I still do like them. Let me say that. I like how they used to put their faith and everything. And I used to think like, well, what do people say that in Hollywood you can't really live your authentic self as a Christian and still be in the industry, when you two like really show that, right? So her husband of 10 years, I think it was a year or two ago, she filed for divorce. And there was all these things she was posting online, how she's happy and all of that. And then in another token, you'll see how she's like, she'll say how she's ready to move on. She's enjoying herself. She's healing and her process is going great. And then in another sense, you'll see another post that really contradict that. And today, when I was thinking about us talking about this, it's just like, I'm just thinking, is the media making us think like masking it? Like, are we faking it to make it like, and we're seeing all these people that are going through, you're seeing all these mental health issues that are going on, and nobody's really like thinking and talking about it, that it could be that people are not fully understanding that, hey, I went through something traumatic, let me take a step back. Yeah, if I'm going to therapy, how long would it take me for me to be healed or to be somewhat close to that, instead of me bringing someone else on board into my life? So that's something that I want us to look at. And before actually I read the definition, I just want us to remember there's four things I want us to kind of focus on: the illusion of healing, the pain as a motivation versus mask, and then the cycle of unhealed love, and then the healing indicator. Like, what are those indicators that shows that somebody's fully healed from a relationship and they're ready to be like their true self in another relationship? So that's what I want to, and I have like few questions on it there. But the definition said, traumatic healing process refers to the process of recovering from the physical and emotional effects of traumatic event. So, like me and Richmond just said, breakup is a traumatic, event, because you spend. Let's just talk about marriage, right? Let's focus on marriage. You've been married to someone for 10 years, right? In 10 years, that person has affected your life in so many ways than you can even imagine. Um, like, you depend on them for a lot of things. You might think you don't, you're independent, but you depend on them. for emotional support. There's somebody you laugh with, especially if you purchase a home and not the home. When you divorce, somebody takes the home and somebody takes something else. You take that home, you're inheriting all those memories that you have built in that home. So, how is it somebody can say, well, you and I divorced, we were together for 10 years, we divorced, and next day I'm dating, I'm fine, I'm healed, I'm okay. Like, how does that work?
That means the person truly did not love you because it's not that easy to just jump from one and jump into the next one the following day. It doesn't happen that easily. So that is not possible. But then, like you mentioned about Tia and her sister, so
Mm-hmm.
that is pretty much social media. So you got to understand that these ladies have people that look up to them. So as a result, you're not going to expect them to really come and show their vulnerable side on the internet. Because whether you like it or not, people will always talk. And that also impacts the healing. Because we are not really 100% healed. Like I said in previous podcasts, where I literally said, our emotions, our body, ourselves are pretty much like a glass. It's pretty
Mm-hmm.
much like a this thing. As soon as it shatters, if you try to put in the pieces, it's never gonna be 100% the same. It's the same as healing. It's not always gonna be back to that 100% like you expect it to be, but at least it will come close. But you will still have that crack because if you jump into the next relationship, whether you like it or not, you're always gonna have that insecurity. Being in that next relationship, you're gonna feel like that person is gonna do the same thing to you again, even though you feel like yes, you are healed, you are 100%. No, nobody is ever 100% healed. So for Tia and her own relationship, like you said, it contradicts itself. That's because at some points, no matter how much she tries to hide it, it is still there. Even if you go for therapy, how much therapy are you going to have to do before you feel like you're 100% fixed? You should be able to fix yourself, really. You need to take your time, be away from the shadow, be away from from anything else that's going to be like a distraction. Go to that your peaceful place, that place where you were. Yes, if you've been in a relationship for 10 years, it is enough to pretty much make things extremely difficult because yes, you've built all that memory, you've built all that, and that's literally 10 years of your life that has just gone down the drain. So you are gonna feel it, you're gonna remember it all the time. And like they say, when you've been with somebody, a piece of that person remains with you. No matter what you think, you would always have a piece of that person with you everywhere you go. So there's always gonna be something that is always gonna remember, that is gonna remind you. It becomes like a trigger. And
Oh.
trigger is something that I did not understand, but when it comes to healing, trigger is another thing. If you cannot overcome that trigger, if you cannot take the initiative to figure out what is really the root cause of that trigger and try to start resolving it from the bottom, well, you're going to continue going through that same problem over and over again. So, healing, nobody can really be 100% healed, no matter how much they beg themselves and claim that they are healed and all that. No, it's going to take a while. It's going to take about several months. It might even take a year. Everybody has their own phase. It depends on, like Andrew had stated, pertaining
Mm-hmm.
to the this thing where he said it depends on who was putting in the most effort. That person that was
True.
putting in the most effort will be the one that will probably get hurt the most. So at the end of the day, the amount of hurt that you've taken, the amount of betrayal, the amount of frustration, the amount of everything that you've gone through is going to determine that pretty much could determine the extent, the length that it's going to take you for you to get healed. So that's what we got to think about. But if it's somebody that was in a relationship with you today, break up, and then the following day he has jumped into the next relationship, that means that person never really took you serious. The person never really loved you. So as a result, there was nothing really that could hurt him. So at the end of the day, you were just one of his play toys that he's just playing around with, messing around with. and then now he has dumped you and then he has moved on, or she has dumped you and then she has moved on, which basically means she might have been cheating or doing something prior to that. She has already been long gone from you and don't even care. So those are the things that we got to take into account. Mental health is a big thing, and yes, this affects a lot of mental health. I remember how long it took me to realize that I even had a trigger, because I've gone through several relationships. I've had women break up with me, all for one thing or another, and they would even tell me. And I was going through my breakdown process. But then I thought I was healed and I was jumping into the next relationship. Well, unfortunately, I jumped into the next one, and then I started seeing various things that was reminding me of the previous, and they hurt. And it's just
Mm.
recently that I finally just found one of the ladies, and then I was interacting with her. I told her, I said, really, what happened? What did I do? Where did I get? Because that is part of my healing process. I have to know, what really did I do to you that caused you to do that to me? So that now helps me, one, to overcome that trigger, and two, to at least have a starting point of where the issue was. Because that way now I can start recovering. I can now figure out the fix. So that way, when I jump into the next relationship, I'm not taking all my baggage from this previous one to go dump it into the next. You get what I mean? So that is things that
Yeah,
we take into consideration. We need to really figure out the root cause of what the previous issue was for us to be able to now move forward. And it will take time, because mine now, it literally took me 7 years for me now
wow.
to finally feel like I'm close to the healing, but I know fully well that I'll never be 100% healed, because that mindset will always still be there. That trigger will still be there. Everything will still be there, but I am still recovering. And it might take, I don't even know how long it will take, but I know I will never be 100%. That's just it.
I agree. I agree. Wow, Richmond. I agree. I don't think people can ever go back. But you said something so powerful. You said something about, and that was gonna lead to the talking point that I wanted to ask. Hey, Riverside Pro, thank you for joining us. He said he's watching from work. Yeah, look for that mile. Look for that mile. But yeah, so what I was going to say, right? That brings me to what I was going to ask. Like, are people rushing into this, like, just not wanting to be alone and just having someone around? Are most people just rushing into it because, you know, I remember when I was single and trying to go through my process after the breakup, that I thought I was like, that was the relationship that I'm not really a dater. I just like one person and be with them, call it a day. So when that relationship ended, I was like, yeah, I don't want to deal with nobody. I just want to be me, like just do my own thing. But then I started learning like you can date yourself. I went back. I used to love reading when I was in high school. But when I got into college, doing all that other stuff, it makes you like hate reading. But I remember at that time, it helped me to start getting books. Like I started visiting a library, getting books to read. And I actually started writing a book, which I need to finish. I didn't even finish it. But that was something like I started preoccupying myself, and I think through those process, I started thinking like, what did I do wrong? Like, I don't think people really sit to think like when you're in that traumatic moment to say, what did I do wrong? I think is always people are always deflecting, like somebody did something to them. And I think a lot of people came around, kept saying, "Oh, you're a beautiful girl. Why are you not dating? Why you don't have a boyfriend? Why da da da?" And it's like people. I feel like sometimes the pressure from society make people rush into relationship instead of doing that. And I like the fact that you said something, and I came across a video on YouTube I saw where people were meeting with their exes to ask questions like, what did I do wrong? 9 times out of 10, where I was like, no, I'm done with you. Bye. Don't talk to me, you know? And I started thinking to myself, because I was like, would I ever, if I'm ever in the space with this individual that I felt like hurt me, I felt used, I felt lied to, Like, would I be able to have that conversation with them? And I will tell you, the funny thing is, I have been in the same space. I feel like me taking that time to understand what part did I play in this whole issue and then forgiving myself, then finding it in my heart to forgive that person. Like, I went to the same event with this person, my husband, they were there. I said hi, and I didn't feel that triggered, like, oh, you did something to me. You know, like walked into the same place several times. We've been in the same place, and I don't feel that way. And I think that person has that trigger because they came up to me and said something that I was like, no, I'm over it. Like, I can literally go sit at a dinner table with you and my husband and your spouse, and I'll be okay. Like, that's how much I have like gone far away from that, from whatever that was, you know. And of course, it's been like what, 10 years plus now. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of people in our society right now, like you said, always deflect. And the only thing I can think about is, are they covering the mask just to fill the trend? Because almost everybody you see or talk to, they're like cutting people off because they're healing and that. And I get it. Those are good things to do because you want that space and be in your own peace in that moment. But at the same token, you're like, are you being genuine? Because now, you know, you say you're healed, you jump in another relationship, and within 6 months or 3 months, the relationship is over and you're posting something else, and you're not really giving yourself that moment to like fully accept what happened and then forgive that person. Hey, welcome.
Yeah, sorry, I've been having some little technical issues here. Joining from my phone, so I was
Yeah,
on the computer, and then the computer is like it's just went into something, is rebooting, so I had to join through my phone. Uh,
no
but but
worries.
but let me just be able to address the issue. Like Richmond, he made some very salient point that I jumped into, which I overheard him saying some things. You know, when it comes to this relationship and breakup, look, let me start from the point wherein when
Mhm.
somebody leaves a relationship, now there is a disclaimer. Let me
Yeah,
make it a claim. I'm not accusing anybody, right?
yeah,
But if somebody came in from a relationship today, tomorrow, and does not give themselves maybe a space of a year or 6 months to a year or a year and a half to readjust themselves, to know where they slipped, what were the problems, what were the situation, that they encounter, what caused them, what led to the dissolution of that particular relationship. And you see them right after the breakup today, the next 1 or 2, 3 days or a week or month, less than 3 months, they are into another relationship, meaning that that person was seeing somebody, was communicating with somebody before this whole relationship came down. And probably it was because of that person, this whole relationship, dissolution of the whole relationship came about. So the person that is being affected the most, who decided to walk away from the relationship, or who walked away from the relationship, and who didn't want to leave the relationship because they feel that they are so glued to the person, they are so in love with the person, and they decided to stay into that relationship. But all of a sudden, unfortunately, the partner have to leave. You will see that person running all around the place. It will be hard to let go. It will be hard to hold back. It will be hard to say, look, I will not do this one. I will not be able to do this. It will be hard for the person to let go. Like Richmond was to give his own experience, give him a number of
yeah,
years in school team. Because if you are in love with this person, it will be so difficult for you to let go of that person. But in the event where you see that person go into another relationship immediately after breakup, maybe a month or two later, meaning that the person is having a relationship or was having a relationship with another person that it led to the breakup of that particular relationship they were holding onto. That is not another thing. Another aspect of it, if somebody is into a relationship and is trying to break up, the healing past aspect, like I said, it is a process. Because the person will say, look, I didn't expect this. This is an unexpected situation that came my way. And how do I handle it? How do I handle it? So you will find the person he or she will be divided, have a divided mind. And like, well, it is healing, after the breakup. I mean, they want to go through the transformational process. But how do they go there? They want to hold back to say, hey, let me just let go and do these things and forget about these things and focus my attention on doing something else. But the more the person think, the more the person talk about this relationship and discuss with other people about this own relationship, the more it aggravates their anger. And like, oh,
Mm.
why should it be me? The person will say, why should it be me? So in this process about the breakup, if one jumps into a relationship, automatically, in my opinion, is my view that I think that person will have in a relationship before breakout. Anything other than that, but again, somebody will say no, the person will not have a relationship. It is frustration that's lead the person to a. I'm looking for some. You know why? Especially when it comes to the women, even men too, but mostly the women. When a woman have a breakup, who are in a love with who are in real love with somebody, with their fiancé or husband, whatever, and they break out, and they just saw a guy, and this guy is being nice to them. The guy is being kind to them. The guy is discussing with them, calling them back to back. They are discussing. And once that woman is getting attention from that person, the person will not wait for a month or two to get into a relationship. They will surely get into that relationship only because they want to say, look, I want to prove something. I want to tell rich man that, hey, he's not the only man. I want to tell him that I'm a woman. I can get a man too. He's not the only man. Even though he broke my heart, but he's not the only man. But again, it will not also be helping you. You got to sit down and relax your mental tension. And like Richmond was saying, think, why do I lead a relationship? What caused me? What are the good, the bad, the ugly things? What are those negative things that happen in a relationship that caused me to leave the relationship? What can I work on so that when I get into another relationship tomorrow, I will not do similar thing? I will stop there for now and allow other people to contribute.
Thank you so much for that. You actually hit on the second point, man. I was thinking about, we already covered the illusion part, are people pretending or whatsoever. We were just gonna go over like men, like the differences of men healing and women healing. Like, how does that look like? And I think you hit it on the nail. Like, who heal faster? Welcome to the show, Jimmy. How are you? Can you hear me? Jimmy, hello. You're mute.
But to answer your question on who heals faster,
Yeah,
males
go ahead.
heal a lot faster. We
I
know
agree.
fully well that the males will always heal faster than a female will because females carry a lot of emotions when it comes in. If it was genuine, like Andrew said, if it was a genuine love that they had for you, it will definitely take some time. But at the same time, they make the mistakes of hiding behind the mask and thinking jumping into the next relationship is gonna save them just to try and prove a point. No, you're just hurting yourself. And that is a
So,
mindset that they need to get out of. Stop
so you
trying
think
to,
women? Go ahead. Sorry.
so they need to stop trying to impress the males. Take care of yourself, sort yourself out, and the right person will come at the right time. But if you try to jump into the next relationship, well, I'm sorry. You might just be jumping into another messed up relationship that will even be worse than the one that you just got out of. Just because at that point in time, your emotions are already clouded. But if they take the time to relax, figure out what really happened, things will get better. Just because you see that the male has jumped into another relationship doesn't mean that you should make the same mistake because males sometimes might not really have the emotions like that. They might not really be hurt like that. Only a couple of them will feel that pain if it was genuine love. A lot of times, so many males, sorry, but a lot of the males nowadays, they really don't care. They can jump from one relationship into the next one and not really care, because to them, the people that actually makes them feel good and feel nourished and all that is mostly the females. And the females are the ones that will feel the pain more. So that's just my take on it.
Thank you. I agree with that. So just really quick before, I don't know if Jimmy's on. We couldn't hear him. So you're saying, what I'm trying to understand is, you're saying women are faster to jump into another relationship than men would.
Yes, they are.
Why do you think is that? Why?
Like Andrew said, a lot of times they try to prove that they can do better. It's more like a competition, and not only that, insecurity kicks in at some point because they don't really know how to handle being by themselves. They feel like they might be looked down on as well. So they want to make sure that they have that man to make them feel comfortable. But nobody can do that for you. You have to be the one to pretty much heal on your own. You got to be able to fix yourself on your own. No man is going to do that for you. So that is just
I
something that they
agree.
need to really get out of their heads.
I agree. And just to add, I mean, people need to know that they need to have self love for themselves. Like, it doesn't matter how much you're in love with anybody, they cannot make you happy. You have to make yourself happy in order to um get that happiness reciprocated. Welcome to the show, Anna. How are you?
Hi guys.
Hi. So River says Pro posted something really quick. Let's try to get that before we jump to the two that just joined us. River says Pro said, if you think healing should be a transformation purpose and not just a trend or routine, plenty of people who would turn who would turn. I think people need to transform. Like that, I think I get where
Can
he's going with
can
that.
can I can
Yeah,
I
go
can
ahead.
I say something? I
Yeah.
think we have to start by talking about healing and then also talking about transformation, right? Transformation could come in a positive and negative way.
Right.
Sometimes depending on the way your relationship went out, I think transforming into a bad person isn't always bad. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Like I'll explain further. So healing after a relationship is something that is definitely needed so that you can start a new relationship whole, fresh, and with an open mind, right? And I think it also gives you some time to self-reflect. It gives you time to do a lot of not just reflection, but to also look look at how the previous relationship was and what you could have done better so that it doesn't affect your next relationship, and then also it gives you an opportunity to adapt the good behaviors. Girls, please be quiet. And then when it comes to transformation, like I was trying to explain, once you're healing, you also in that process where you're huh? What did you say, Jimmy? Sorry. Hello.
I think he was talking to somebody else. Go ahead.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry. Okay, and I think that in the process of transformation shouldn't just necessarily be you changing into something that you're not, but it should or something to positively affect your life. It can also be something negative that may help people learn boundaries about how to treat you. Because a lot of times we think when you're transforming, you always have to try to be nice to please people. If you had a relationship that was toxic, you were always saying yes sir, or yes ma, yes ma. You have to learn to transform to be a more of like sometimes no is okay. Saying no to someone is okay. It's not always a bad thing to also say no, you know? So I think that a lot of times after a relationship or after a healing process from a breakup, people think that transformation always has to be positive. It can be positive, it's good, but also it can be negative for your benefits.
Right.
I don't know
Right.
if I'm making sense.
Oh,
I think it makes sense. I agree with
oh,
that. I think like learning your boundaries and understanding what your yes and no's are.
oh,
Absolutely.
oh.
Jimmy, where you come from with it? Oh,
Hi,
again.
Jimmy.
Eba.
I Anna, can I see your face a little
I
bit?
see. I see your suit. Where the party at?
He went on
Where
a
you
hot
going?
date. He just got back.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, please. Oh, please.
Jimmy, I'm in my
I
nightgown.
Lord of Jesus.
oh, blood of Jesus. Let's continue.
Rich man, what's up, my man?
How you doing, Jimmy?
He said,
Well,
blood of Jesus.
God
Oh,
managed to.
man.
Who is the other man
Let's
with the glasses on over there?
Jimmy, don't get pour a buy in town. Please. We won't move on here.
Okay, so what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we discussing? I heard rich man and agreeing with Andrew that women move on faster than men.
We're talking about, you didn't read the flyer.
So
We're talking about,
so so that's
yeah,
the reason we told you when you come to church late, don't
Listen,
just raise any
I
song.
know the
And you
topic. I
and
know the
you
topic.
and you are and you are you so smart that you didn't just jump into the song to raise a chorus. So
I know the
please
topic
you're
on the
gonna
discussion
well, no,
because I read the chat, everything.
okay.
But I want to specifically respond to what rich men agree with you on that women move on faster than men. Um, Fee, where do I start from? Because you're the
go
moderator.
ahead. Start from there. Let's start from there and then we'll read this later. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, many people
Mhm.
don't heal after a breakup and get into another relationship. And that is why a lot of issues, you know, come out later and people regret in the end. And men are the fastest to move on after a breakup. A woman will take time, you know, a little bit before accepting another relationship. But men, we move on very fast and create another victim in the
In this
twinkle of
modern, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt. In this modern 21st century.
yes.
Okay.
Listen, rich man knows what I'm talking about. In fact,
Of course, I
Andrew
know.
know
That's why we
Andrew
agreed
knows
on it.
Andrew knows what I'm talking about. Men, in fact, before a man break out with a woman, he's already in another relationship. So a man always have a relationship inside another relationship, so that so that by the time this woman is thinking of walking away, he's already settled somewhere. And most of the time, they say that's my comfort zone. Okay. So, and that is why you will find out that a single man is having multiple relationship because after the first relationship, he didn't heal.
he goes into the next relationship with that mentality that all women are the same. So he is not going to be committed in that relationship. And as soon as that woman is, as soon as that woman starts showing signs like the previous, he get to another one because he expect that the same behavior in the previous woman is being passed over to the next woman. So that's why you find out that men have multiple relationships than some women.
I think it's a vice versa issue. I think here is a vice versa
On the
issue.
other hand,
Yeah,
o-
yeah. I know. I
on the
just want
other
to
hand, please
can I
don't
inject a little
hijack
bit?
me. I met you here. Let me make my point quick and go. I'm not
You-
going to allow. I'm not going to allow you to override me.
Okay, continue. Let him land.
Very good. God bless you, Key.
No, but if you providing information that someone need to interject, that's a good rule of conversation.
Your interjection always lead to knocking the other person out. So, adequate, and that's why I'm not going to agree. On the other hand, when a woman is in a relationship and she's getting the attention, the affection, and everything, she focuses on that man until that man gave her the reason to talk to another man. She will not talk to any other man. But we men, 99.9% of men, we can
Hmm.
be in a very healthy relationship, healthy, wherein we have the thing that we're looking for outside, we say respect, adequate, and all of that, and still go outside, and still go outside. Yeah, Richmond, you can shake your head, but here is the reason why. We men, we are, we move by sight. We move by sight. We are easily attracted to what we see and see. And today in our society, in our streets, in our community, in our churches, in our every organization you find yourself, you have the temptation right at your door. Soon you step outside, the temptation is right there. And as a man, when you see that and you do not have that self, control, right away you start collecting number. A woman, when she is in for you, no other man is attractive. No other man look more attractive to her than the man she loves because she's getting the affection. The first question that will come to her mind is, what will you give me that my man is not giving me? I have not heard a man say, what will I get from this woman that my wife or my girlfriend cannot give me?
Very close.
You
I've
see?
I've heard that being said before, so it goes both ways. Trust me.
And,
That's why I said no.
you're right,
I don't
Richmond.
agree.
And that's the thing
How
we
many
need to
men?
also
How
address here
many
I
too.
men can
think
say
I
that?
think I think what you guys what Jimmy is trying to say is the probability. The probability on average is mostly men that do those women that do those assessments, like, rather than men.
Yes.
Men rarely
I,
ever,
I'm not
men
saying
think,
women do not do it, but the probability is 3 to 10.
yeah.
Really?
Imagine,
It's not that much.
it's 3 to 10.
I think back then,
I'm
though,
telling you,
back then, because I would say, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but just really quick. I think recently I've seen a lot of men nowadays doing that. I don't know if it's a facade. They're trying to pretend to cover a mask of what they're doing, but I've seen it. Like I came across somebody today on Facebook, and he was like, because if I'm posting my wife, that I don't, when I'm bragging about my wife, it just means that I'm happy with everything I got. So I'm not, yeah, on average, it's probably not as many, but it
It's
does
a
happen.
facade. It's a facade. They do that sometimes to cover up their mess, whatever they're
Ye
doing.
of
They don't want
little
people to.
faith, ye of little faith.
I'm
Fee,
being honest. It's true.
fee, fee. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm not going to sit down
And
here.
they sometimes will put that and then block you. Let me tell you something that recently happened to someone I know.
Look, look,
They'll make their wife see all the posting and then block the side chick.
look. Go and look in Richmond phone now. You will see a woman named Safe with Ronaldinho,
Please, let's move.
That you will never
LeBron
find.
James.
You will never see anything like that.
Oh,
Because I
Geico.
only named them. I named them based off where I found you.
That's
If I met you in
that's
the store, I'll put their prospect or this or that. So I know
that's a
Hey,
lie.
how
That's
I
a
name
lie
my
because you
people.
know your wife will see it. That's a
Andrew,
lie.
So
Andrew
so
has
That is
so
for
the prospect
prospect.
Andrew
because of
has
my
Andrew has
business.
a
so
woman number
so
Prospect
saved.
for my business.
so
Andrew
the
has
point I wanted to interject, the point I wanted to
Andrew
interject
has a
into
woman
what you
number
were
saved in
saying.
his phone as LeBron James.
Come on, let's go.
That's a cover up.
Okay,
Let's go.
LeBron James,
Let's
Michael
keep it
Jackson,
moving.
whatever the case. The point I wanted to put forth is, look, the thing here is, I said it's something like a vice versa issue here.
Right.
What you didn't see ain't X or Y. Now, the thing here is, you're saying that, oh, if you just join, you say, oh, I will just go to the other person, and you don't know if you careful, if the man or the woman see the man doing the same thing, she will be careful doing the same thing the woman are doing too, or the woman see the same. Now, the thing is a vice versa. Like I said, if I got hurt and I don't even go through my transformation process perfectly or to the end, and I jump into something like that, if I'm not careful to look at who I'm going to fall into trouble. Same thing, the woman, she will also fall into trouble if she just run into another relationship without carefully examining that relationship to say, oh, the same thing I went into, if I see it into the other gentleman, I will run away. That's the reason why the transformational one is a process. Healing
Right.
is good, it's okay, you can heal. But to transform from that stage to another stage, that is the difficult part. Because if you saw her and she's definitely, your heart will still be, heavy. You say, how can I let this one go? So it's a transformational part we are talking about here to see how can it work easily. So the thing here we're saying, we are not trying to put the bell on one person's neck. We're trying to balance the skill. The weaker vessel will always, and the one who love more will always be the victim as compared to one who loves less.
Or somebody who've already checked out in the middle and
Yeah,
just
in the middle.
blindside the other one.
And I said the person who will check out quickly to another relationship, meaning that person had a relationship before that dissolution of the old relationship. That is the
True.
point we were making here, and Richmond said, yeah, he agreed with the point that we made. Because if
And
you
being
two and you see me, I
uh-huh.
join into another relationship, you will say, oh, I think that boyfriend been there you left me for. Oh, I think
Andrew,
that
I want
girl
to
been there
ask you
you
a
left me
question. You
for.
mentioned
That's the
something. I
point we're
want to
trying to
ask you a
draw here.
question.
I'm yawning here. Oh
You
Lord.
mentioned about weaker vessel. Weaker vessel. Between a man and a woman, who is a weaker vessel?
It depends. I
You
wouldn't
mean
say what
that's another topic, you
it's
guys.
another topic. But I would say it depends. I continue to say, and I continue to choose my words carefully. I'm telling you, who the person that is more in love in that relationship will compare to the weaker person. If I'm more into the relationship as compared to her, obviously I'm considered as a weaker vessel. If she's into the relationship more than me, she's being considered a weaker vessel. That's my point. Now,
and
who is a
I
weaker vessel in a relationship? That is another topic by itself. But given the
right.
situation tonight on healing and transformation, it depends on the weaker vessel. Who will heal faster?
For the discussion tonight, the weaker vessel is a person that moves on very fast.
That's what he just said,
Yeah, that's the
right?
exact same thing he just said.
That's what he just
I don't want to
said.
agree with him, man. I don't want to agree with him, man.
Okay, I just want to add, right? I think women are more fond of doing that. Most women, by the time they check out of that relationship, they've already have someone that have encouraged them to weigh out their options to be like, well, what is this person doing for me that this other person is not doing emotionally, physically, and it's like you're causing me trauma. And I think that's what most of the time we see some of these relationships that are very toxic. The person is still hanging in there is because they're looking for something to get them out. That's just something I'm gonna add. But let's look at the comment section and then we look at the next talking point really quick so we can try to close. I'm trying to not keep this longer because most of my viewers are saying we keep the show too long. So let's try to
Yeah.
get it, to a decent time that people can actually sit and watch it.
Have you
So River
noticed that
says,
the instigator is always their friends?
huh?
You know that the instigators are always their friends. Their friends are
Yeah,
always the ones that ends up destroying it for them.
I agree. That's why you should get friends that actually respect relationship and understand boundaries. And a lot of people don't have that. And I feel like and I'm not knocking this up because I have friends that are not married. I'm gonna mute someone really quick because I can't hear myself. Um, I think the issue is a lot of people are not like getting friends that understand relationship and understand like what it means, like a married person. And I'm not knocking anybody out because I have friends that are not married. I feel like a married person, if you're going to sought advice from someone that's not married, they need to have the mindset and understand what it really means to be in a healthy, godly, respectful relationship that you yourself are looking forward to. Because if not, I feel like they're just going to lead you in the wrong way, and in the end, you'll all be single, hanging out somewhere. But anyways, what do I know? This is just my opinion. But let's look at what River says Pro said. He said healing is faster, whereas transformation is a slow, long, and reflective process. I agree. My advice is just heal from the old breakup, move to the next, get another breakup, and heal. Can't do that. Yeah, funny. Get, get another breakup and heal again. Keep it moving. No time to go through the whole process of transformation. You will leave over. Real assess pro. This is bad advice.
No, but the funny part is he's actually saying what really happens. He's just saying no matter whether you like it or not, you're still gonna get hurt. So you might as well just forfeit it and just jump on to the next. It's not that easy for some people though. It's not that easy for some people.
I mean, I feel like if you didn't grow up getting love and being, getting that positive relationship outlook from your family or those examples to watch and say, how did my family, how did my mom stay long in this relationship? How did my dad stay long? Or going to your parents, asking them, or going to someone I really trust, like getting understanding from them. For me, I'm so fortunate enough, I would say, like in my family, a lot of the couples are been together for the longest. Like their childhood from elementary all the way exhibit A on the camera. So like in my family, there's a lot of long-term relationship that's just been gone long. That doesn't mean it's been perfect. It just, I've had those example, and I'm super grateful that I have those example that I can go to and say, hey, how did you, and I can go to their wife and they will tell me all the g's.
Well, why Jimmy hiding your camera? I'm celebrating here, Jimmy. The woman is she's talking about her family, and I'm proud member of that family.
You know, you guys, I'm super excited to have that in my corner. I don't know how many. I think there's like over 5 relationships in my family that has been like more than 10 years plus, and they're just keep going. So I'm fortunate enough to have that and look at that and go there and
You
ask
said
them
more
like,
than 10 years,
yeah.
and Andrew is celebrating.
You know how long I go in my
You know
relationship?
how long? You know how long from high and seek?
Because I want a corruption, yeah.
If we count the time Richmond has been with his wife, apart from those days when you know he has to stand by the house and wait for her, it's longer than the time you Andrew have been married for.
That's
Jimmy,
not true. That's
Jimmy,
not true.
Jimmy,
That's uh-huh.
Jimmy, Jimmy. Let me tell you, my wife and myself, boyfriend and girlfriend, plus or boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever the time, up to the time we stayed together.
Mhm.
We were very young. This year, this gone September 28th, make us 25 years together. Both marriage and
That
boyfriend and
is.
girlfriend. That time,
How
our
That
child
old
one,
is.
our children were not even born.
how old are you, Andrew?
Oh, tell you that one now.
He was young, and even the pastor that used to come on here, all of them, they have relationship. I'm like, how y'all kept this thing going so long? But you know, like I said, I'm very fortunate enough in
When we're
my
talking about
family.
marriage, we don't count boyfriend, girlfriend era.
I tell you,
No, you do. You
next
have to
May,
because
The day you got married,
next
the day
May
you
20
got
will make me
married
20
is
years
the
since I got
day
married.
we start counting. We're not talking
No,
about,
next
you
May
know,
20 will make me 20 years since I got married.
eh?
Next
next
May
year
will make me
May.
20 years since I got married.
Small ball.
Guy,
Look at him. So,
Small ball.
anyways, let's keep let's
don't
keep
mind,
moving.
don't
But
mind Jimmy jealous because he even go 1 second here.
I just wanted to add that piece because I feel like I can't really relate with people who will say like I don't have somebody to go to that have that. For me, I'm fortunate enough. Like if I look to my left, if I look to my right, if I look front, back, I have those people that I can go to, and I'm pretty sure all of them will not tell me like it was perfect. There was things that happened, but it's that endurance and understanding it and however they made it work, you know, and they're still keeping it moving. To me, that's admirable. But I feel like we're in this generation where we follow everything on the social media. And let's read this next one that River Cespro wrote on here. Did I just read that one? No. He says transformation is a scary process. You don't know what he or she would transform into. They could be hateful or resentful against a gender that hurt them in previous relationship. And I just want to say that I agree. I agree to that like wholeheartedly because I feel like that's what's playing out now in this society. A lot of people are transforming what we're seeing same-sex marriage. You know, I hear people again. I'm not. If you want to indulge in that, that's your personal business. But for the sake of this conversation, this comment, I have seen and watched what people say because the opposite gender did this to them. So now they're seeking out somewhere else or X, Y, and Z. And I agree with you. And I think people need to understand what transformation is. It can be good, it can be bad. But again, it's not for the opposite person, it's for the person that's actually trying to transform into whatever it is they think their purpose is for that relationship. So yeah, I agree with him. What do you guys think?
That's true because that's what's technically happening nowadays anyway. People are transforming because I've come across a lot of people that I used to know, females who said they ended up getting hurt, that this guy did that guy did that. Majority of them I even saw while I was still in my college years. And then they stated that, yeah, this person hurt me as a result, or they, as we know, used to be what they call that place where there used to be parties back in school, where they will pretty much, all the males would just be using them anyhow. And it caused the women to change that. They just felt like the men were useless and they chose to be with their kind because they felt like they could at least get that compassion and love and everything. But it's not supposed to be that way. God created man and woman. Woman is the backbone to the man. But at the end of the day, that is not the society that we are living in anymore. Everything has turned upside down, and that's as a result of hurt because the women felt like they were hurt by the males, or the males pretty much have some feminine genes in them that caused them to be very sensitive. But then when the woman ends up backfiring because she decides that she wants to take on the role of a male, and then she starts to bully her man, because now you even see women are even beating up uh, males as well. That one
Yeah,
becomes another problem, and then the males now will feel it's pointless. And why would they have to deal with this? And then they will turn to become gay, or they'll go and do transgender surgery, which Donald Trump now has decided to block. So all those things are things that happen in this society. People are just changing, transforming into what they really shouldn't be because they really don't know what it really means to heal. They don't know what
yeah,
the right form of transportation transformation is meant to be. So they just take on whatever the society or what AI tells them the version of transformation is, or whatever they see on social media, because that's what's influencing everybody now. Social media. When you see this one has turned to be that one, now everybody else that never even thought about it, even our young children now, being in school, seeing all those things now, they want to transfer into it. And at the end, they don't even wait till that age where they understand every single thing. They're just growing way too fast. And that is something that's really, so he's definitely, his statement is accurate. People can transform into the wrong thing. We just have to be
yeah.
extremely careful on what we do, and we also have to be understanding of how we hurt others. Take into consideration what you don't want someone to do unto you, don't do unto others. If you don't want somebody to treat your own sister or your own brother that way, don't do the same thing to them, because you don't know that you are literally scarring them, and you
Mm-hmm.
scarring them causes them now to feel insecure, because mental health is a big thing now, which in the olden days we never really thought about it or took into consideration that mental health was a thing, because your parents and everybody would be like, over my dead body, it will never happen. They will even beat you from head to toe just to get that mental health out of you. But in this society now, freedom is there, which basically means mental health is a thing. And as a result now, even the mental health counselor self will even help you self. If you tell them that you want to do transformation, they will even help you to even give you resources on how to go and do the transformation. So
Absolutely.
people are even helping to even ruin the society, and yet they blame it, saying that this person did that or that person did that. No, sometimes you too, you do it to yourself.
I
So it's just
agree.
the reality.
Thank you. Thank you for that take. Anybody else so we can move forward? Yeah, that was a good one, Richmond. I like that. He said, guys, assuming you were looking for love and the person is in one of those situations listed, who would you rather seek? A person going through healing or transformation? Why? Hmm.
Well, I will attempt to answer that question that's been
All right.
posed.
Go
But
ahead.
of Real Pro, who is at work but still spying on the show. But he's a good contributor on the show.
I know.
Let,
He
let
supports us
me
so
say
well.
it for free. As he said, assuming is an assumption. You're
Yeah,
looking for love, and the person,
it's in one of
in
those
the
situations
situation
listed,
listed, meaning you're
like the
truly a
transformation
transformation.
thing.
Look, I would prefer. I'm speaking for myself. The person who is going through the healing process. The reason why I would choose the person who is going through the healing process, because I will add spice to the person recovery process. are gonna contribute more of talking to the person, communicating to the person, working along with the person to let go of that thing. But if I'm trying to say I want to go through the one who went through transformation, even though they are healed, but they went through transformation, I wouldn't tell in what way the person want to transform. Like Richmond would say, I don't know how the person want to transform. Maybe at the end of the person, when I start going to the person, at the end of the person, after I put most of my time into the person, we have not had any intimacy, but yet I have put my time into the person. And at 11 hour, the person said, no, I had one guy they called Richmond, and Richmond messed me up. So I see everyone who looks like Richmond as different, like the same. So I will not be with you them. I would rather choose X as compared to staying with, you know, with of the person of the same kind. That they are right,
Mm.
whatever they want to do. But for me, I don't want to get shocked. So the best thing I would do, engage the person who is going through a healing process, help to counsel the person, give them pieces of advice, build them up, and two or all together, we will move faster as compared to me going to somebody who have healed already. The hurt is no longer there, they are healed, but they want to transform. How to go? Can I go back to Richmond? Kind? No. Can I be alone? No. And I tell you what, it's not everything we can say here on this network, right? But there's something, you know, there's a public network. But somebody told me, so, and it's real. The person told me when they were growing up, they had somebody, and that person or male
Mess
treated
them up.
them in a way up to now, up to this day, for the last 43 years.
They're still going through trauma.
They don't get time for no person like my kind. They not even get time on the other side. They decide to be like that. Because they feel the person like mankind or Richmond kind, they are all the same type of people, so they don't care. Even though they don't want to go to their kind. But they feel that our kind is a mess and they don't want to feel they see like us like a devil and they don't want to go there.
Wow.
And up to now, I tell you, 43 years later, they haven't. Yeah.
Wow. And that's
So
why, our culture, we don't take trauma seriously. Excuse me. That's traumatic. That's, oh man. Oof. Yeah. Man.
See,
Yeah.
what's it, Jimmy man? You run away?
Jimmy, you're in the dark.
you see, back in the days
Hmm.
when our mothers say, I am done with men business, believe it. In these our days, when a girl tell you say no boyfriend, no stress, either there's a vibrator somewhere.
Jimmy,
Thank you.
But Jimmy is right.
He's
Look,
I
absolutely right
agree.
about that.
But I
That's
didn't
just,
even
that's
expect that.
that's
I
how it
wasn't
is.
expecting that. I was not.
You didn't see that
He beat
coming.
me to it. He actually beat me to it because I was waiting for Andrew to finish, so I'll pass to him. He beat me to
There's
it.
a vibrator helping the fountain.
Look, hmm, there's a vibrator, helping the fountain. Yeah, in Russell Pro. Russell Pro first.
Jimmy on here.
Look,
Jimmy,
look.
I didn't see that one coming. You shocked me.
Hmm. When our mothers in those days
Oh
say
my God.
because of what men have done to me, I don't have time for no man again.
Yeah, go to call like that.
Believe them. But in this our age, in this our age, after all the big mouth on Facebook, when they lay down in there and they cut that light off, you just hear. even even the ones who don't have access to vibrator, they go to the market. There's a particular vegetable.
Oh my gosh.
There's a
Oh, you're talking about cucumber. You're talking
Jimmy,
about
Jimmy, why
cucumber.
you doing that to
Mama,
particular.
I'll not have you talking those kind about things here. Leave
Okay.
it as it is.
All right, guys, I'm leaving. I'm out.
You don't have to leave. You gotta
Say I
contribute.
don't
But
want to talk
then leave it
anymore.
as it is.
I'm leaving. Uh-uh.
It
No,
is their
but
right to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, but don't tell us, and you done with it. I call it, you done with it, and then I call it in there, you go down. That's who you fooling? No, who you fooling?
oh Lord.
You're killing me. I have no comment, no comment, no comment.
No, but it's reality though. It is pretty much how the society has turned
You
it.
guys,
And that is part of their transformation too. So at the end of the day, it's just
And mind
technology has advanced, everything has advanced. So
look, and mind you, those are the same type of people will go outside, they do, and they come home, wipe their mouth, and sit down like nothing happened. But in our mind, oh, she's single. No, she not. She's only single when she among us. But after she leaves,
she got a boyfriend.
it's either there's a guy waiting for her. There's a you know
Electrical.
yeah, electrical instrument in the bathroom waiting, or in the middle of her bed under her pillow, where she can just stretch her hand and grab. Yeah. So
Jimmy, you know why I'm laughing at this? Because the other day I went to the store. I trying to, on my weight loss thing, I buying my vegetable and thing. I'm trying to
They
get my vegetable. That person just looking at me. I said, "What? Why is he
will be
just
looking at
looking
you.
at me? Huh?
I said they will be
Oh,
looking at
move
you.
on that, Richmond. Move on that." I was getting my vegetables.
yeah. Look, the government will have to buy. We will make sure the government pass a law that certain vegetable you go buy, especially you a female, it's even male now. You go buy that particular vegetable, let it slash it before let that vegetable
My
be slashed.
my husband said, "Boy, you don't know why the people looking at you, girl. You trending."
Yeah, girl, you trendy.
You crazy. You made me laugh. But yeah, I feel like all of that, and that's a good one. You know what? I'm gonna use that for that funny video that I'll be posting now. I'm gonna use. You give me an idea now what to post on Monday. But to be honest with you, all joke aside, I know it sounds funny, but it's true. People are transforming where they're saying, I don't want to. People they're making real doll, Barbie doll out of them for men and women. I was like, what is the world coming to? But
See, I'm
to
not
me,
cutting you off. I'm not cutting
mhm.
you off, but I watched a video where this guy and his girl in the house, and this guy he saw this particular vegetable. I will not call the name. And the the first time he saw the vegetable, it was in the bathroom. The man said, but what is this vegetable doing here? He said, oh, I wanted to eat it, but I forgot. I brought it to wash it so I can eat it. but I forgot. You know, the man said, "Oh, okay." So the man took it and carried in the kitchen. He washed it with pepper water. He said, "I will see if the vegetable was meant for eating."
Jimmy,
Wash
you
that
ready?
wash that vegetable. And the pepper. He blend it and put the vegetable inside. It soak, and then he took it like that. Wrap it in a plastic good and put it in I call it in the refrigerator. Wifey or I call it or girlfriend came after the guy left. She came to get her I call it her vegetable, and the rest is story.
So
she put
people now don't want a partner, basically.
she put a fan on. It didn't help. She sat in the tub and put water. You know, like you're doing a bubble bath. The,
You mean you gonna lie, man?
the man came.
Jimmy, I
When the man entered the house, the man the man saw the vegetable. The man saw the vegetable. He said, "But I put a vegetable in the bag. So what you did to the vegetable? Why did you do what you did with the vegetable?"
She should have just said the truth and save herself the headache instead of lying.
know, right?
But then common sense will tell you if you found
Yeah,
that vegetable in the
and,
bathroom, it's because it was being used for something. It's
and
a
the thing
normal
is,
thing.
the guy said, "Also, when we in small the confusion all the time, you being I dey call it no, I dey call it don't tell me that is vegetable you are I dey call it you been using." He said, "From today, I want to see the vegetable in the house here."
Oh Lord, whatever.
So what I don't understand. What was the point of the vegetable? I don't
My dear,
understand.
you
You
don't want to
missed
know.
it.
Don't worry about
We'll
it.
move forward. You missed it.
Yeah. Don't worry about what the vegetable was used for.
Hmm.
The
You
vegetable was
missed it.
used to make vegetable salad.
Let's go to the last part, you guys. We're almost done.
Uh,
So, love after pain. Can true love grow if you still aren't healed? Like, do you think people can really rebuild true love
All right,
with
guys.
somebody else?
I have to go, man. I wish
Okay.
I could continue the topic, but I have a very huge task that I have to attend to before 12 o'clock tonight. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, I
but
told you, Jimmy has a hot date tonight.
no, 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 no.
I'll call you tomorrow for all the G's.
I wish it was a date.
Oh,
I would have been dating it now.
well, you ready? You ready? I gotta call you. I'll call you that call. I ain't call you. I'm scared to call you because I missed that birthday.
Until eternity. Every time you call it, you don't call.
I'm scared Bowie. I said the nail will shoot me out if I call him.
Anna,
But thank you so much, man. Thank you for
yes.
being on.
yeah,
Appreciate all your feedbacks.
sometimes it's just good to come on and make people smile at least,
Yeah.
especially Andrew that is swimming in loneliness. Sometimes just come and make him smile. He will not admit now, but I hope when you leave the show, you're not going to.
Jimmy, before you go, that 1 year and reversal person for you. You answer that one. Only Jimmy answering.
Well, unless the government pass that law, my brother. if the government if the government if the government mean business, I saw a post today. A couple went to the Davos court. They went to Davos in matching suit. So they they just tell to go back when when they serious they will come back.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I think to each their own. My answer to that one. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I can't answer that one. Anna, do you have an
it's
info
not
on that one?
it look, no man will recommend that. If you see that recommendation coming, they're coming from Eve gender.
But you're healing. You're leaving that relationship, and you're on your own. You don't want to indulge in anything else. Is it recommended? Should people use that? I think people should use their own discretion. That's all I would say.
So using it, is it part of cheating?
No, they're not in a relationship. The relationship is over. Instead of them finding someone else to help them heal, they're finding in the machine.
You see, it is that same urge that make people to, because people are not, trained or strong enough to suppress that urge. That's why they go to the adult stores, or they go to the online shopping places and get all the things. And at the end of the day, they refer to all the men as 1 minute men. Why will a man not be 1 minute when you are trying to electrocute yourself?
Jimmy, bye.
He's making sense though.
Let me
He
that you
is.
mean meeting.
Oh, my-
He's
God,
I
making
know, I
sense.
know.
that's a conversation for another day. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a topic we have to discuss on another day. I agree.
Okay, I see y'all. I see y'all. The other topic me and it was internet because it's
No,
too.
it's a really good thing you just said, but can we discuss that and give it all the time so you could tell us?
You will be the professor that time.
You'll teach the class.
A professor to a man that been married for over 20 years.
Oh,
You
but you
know,
can get more. You can go. You can. Oh, but you been misbehaving over 20 years. Only because you need legal license. I didn't want to be seen like you.
so you enjoying the
Comedian.
business.
And I have a very good night, okay?
All right,
You
thank you.
too,
I
We're
didn't want to
about
be
to
Jimmy.
seen like
close.
Thank
you.
you.
I didn't want to be seen like you.
Do you think can loving
Yeah.
again be a part of a healing process? Do you guys think that? Jimmy, really quick, let us know. That's the last point. Do you think when people find
You really want
someone
to
that's
join the
part
be
of
here
a
tonight.
huh? Do you
You
think
really,
that's part of a healing process when somebody finds someone that they fall in love with? Do you think that can be part of it?
Um, Nobody heals completely until they find a person that make them forget about their past.
I agree. Hmm. That's
No
Don't
matter
deep.
you,
how long you stay out of relationship,
Jimmy?
until
Don't you think that that's rebounding? So are you saying that you don't believe in healing unless someone finds someone? Because if you have not healed completely and you find someone else and you fall in love with them,
That's not what he's saying. No matter what, you're still gonna you'll heal, but you're not gonna be 100% until you find that other person, until you now get into the next relationship, and then that next person, you would hope and pray to God that that person actually is there to mend that broken heart and try to help you with the healing process.
Hmm.
That's what he's
I
trying to say.
agree. I actually
yes.
agree with that.
exactly.
I
You
find that
see,
to be a rebound because
Really?
I think yeah because sometimes like, I was gonna say to Jimmy like if someone else has to be in the picture for you to be completely over, it means you did not heal. And
Well,
I
you'll be
do be
somewhat healed, but you'll not
yeah,
be
you'll be
100%.
someone here, but we're talking about completely healing, right?
Nobody can ever be
No, but
completely
I
I
don't
healed.
think
dis
nobody,
anybody can
I
be
Exactly.
completely.
disagree.
You
nobody
I
think
can,
so?
disagree.
nobody
Yeah,
can ever
I
be
disagree.
completely healed until they find that person that will make them forget their hurt. Look,
I beg to disagree
you can
though.
stay out
Bec-
of relationship because somebody hurts you for as long as you want. The day
Hey,
you
Anna, this will be my
the day
question to you. Jimmy, sorry, let me ask
yeah.
Anna this question. If a cup, right, let's say you get
Mhm.
a teacup, right, and
Mhm.
then you shatter that glass, that teacup, and then you put it back together. Is it ever going to be 100% the same like it originally was?
No, it wasn't. It was. It wouldn't be.
Exactly. That is the same thing with a person's heart and a person's soul and feelings. Whether you like it or not, you will never be 100% complete unless that other person now comes and then they now remold that cup from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Then it will now be completely 100% whole again. That's the same idea. Sorry,
Makes
Jimmy. Now
sense.
you can go back.
Hmm.
It
Seeing
makes
this
sense. Now that you explained it like that, it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I think
I,
there's
I.
always a crack somewhere, and
Mhm.
you might be okay and you're fine because if you're okay enough to get into another relationship, you're somewhat healed. But it takes somebody else to really, you know.
So
I
no,
kind of
no,
agree,
no
but
wonder
I
you.
think it's the time frame though. I think Anna, you're looking at it the time frame. Let's say I broke up today, right? And then in a month you see me, yeah, girl, I'm happy, I'm good. And you're like, what?
You are not
You
happy. You
okay?
don't want to prove a point.
Right, right, right. So in that case, I think that's rebound. But if I have gone through it, I'm like, it's hurting me. I'm trying to figure it out and trying to, get myself somewhere. I'm not sluggish. I'm not like not interested in doing anything. I'm just, and slowly I'm getting back with everyone talking to them. I think that's what is somewhat healing. Like you're fine, you can actually stay in the same place and look at that person that hurt you and you're fine with it. Like you're okay. To me, that's how I see what healing is.
Yes, and fee that is only possible if you find a person that makes you happy, that connect all the missing dots, and all of that. Like Russell Pro is asking, who tells you? Your body, your mind, or your heart?
I
What
think
tells you
overall.
that you what tells you that you are completely healed? It's not even your heart, it's not even your mind, it's not even your body, it's your soul that tells you
Hmm.
the peace, the tranquility, like good English,
That good English, I enjoy it, Bowie.
you know, that comes in your mind when
Mm.
you see that person that hurts you and you just feel happy that you left that person because of where you are currently. That's when you know that you are healed.
Mm.
See, that's when you know you are healed. But there's no specific time. Say, oh, I hear people say, oh, I have to give myself 2 weeks or 3 weeks. My dear, you just going on protest. You just protesting against your own, you know, self. But the true healing will come when you find that person that that gives you happiness, that makes you happy. That person that makes you feel wanted. That person that makes you feel, complete, even in their absence, but their presence is always in your heart by the memories that it create with you. That's when you know you are healed. Outside of that, you are not really healed.
Nice.
Your body cannot tell you. Your mind will not tell you. Your heart
Mm.
will not tell you, but your soul, when your soul feel at rest, then you know that you are healed. And that's one part of the of us that we always forget about our soul. that's
I'll put
where
this back,
the
but just
sorrow is kept. That's where, you know, it's like the reservoir of of the human body. Whatever hurts you, it goes down in your soul. So until that soul is at peace in you, amen, you are not healed yet.
thank you, Jimmy. He said something. He said, but Jimmy, sometimes you see the old relationship, your heart can cut into. That mean you're not healed. You still want that, and you just got out. That
Yes,
that
you're still wondering, you know,
what
yeah,
is
your soul is still wondering, is craving for that, I call it for that. It is not settled yet.
yeah.
Until you find that person, or sometimes it might not be a person, it might just be an event that come and it just cover up everything. It buries your hurts, it
They
buries
remove the
your
differences.
anxiety, it buries your depression and everything. Then it makes your soul feel at rest.
Nice.
You are not here. You can
I
even
agree.
move, my brother. You can even move out of the continent. You go to Mars.
As
You're
long as
not.
you see something that triggers, you say, "Hey, me,
All right,
and it's
guys.
that ball." Thank you so much, Jimmy. I appreciate you, man.
I
Thank you
got
for
it, bro.
coming on, giving us your wisdom, making us laugh. We appreciate you.
Okay, rich man. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, guys. Thank you for that
Anna.
parting. Anna sleeping. You sleeping? All right, guys. We've come to the place where we close for the night.
Hey, before you
Um.
close, answer that question that Rivers Pro just
Oh,
asked you because he
yeah.
addressed it to
River
the
says, Pro
females.
said, ladies, what will be one thing you can never heal from? Hmm. I don't know. He said cheating with children involved, lies, deception. Uh, cheating. I can heal from cheating. I don't really. I hate to say I don't care, but I care. But it's like that was your choice to go use your body. Why should I be hooked up on that? Not my problem. I'll be mad, but not heal from it. Yeah, move on. You didn't see the importance of me. Bye. But lies. I think it depends on the type of lies. Like we just said right now, right? People are transforming into things, right? They type of lies that for me, I feel like it would be a trauma for me. It would take God and miracles and holy water to bathe me in it and get out. God forbid if I was to find out my spouse is involved with the same gender. That would be a pain. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't, that would be something that would be, but deception, if you lie to me about something that is not to that level, I might be scarred a little bit, but I can definitely come from it. I think you never know till you're there, right? But definitely the lies part where you transform into something else, you're indulging in that, which I heard a lot of people are doing these days. And if I was to find out, I would be scarred for life. I don't know. Like that's something that would be so scarred for life. So I don't know about Anna, but yeah, that's something I don't know. I can. Ugh, I don't even want to think about it. But yeah, I think Anna's fell asleep already. But yeah, let's give our closing. Thank you so much. Thank you, River Pro, Jimmy, Rich Man been here from the beginning. You guys, he beat you to it. And then our very own co-host. What's up with that glasses? You just like shining in my face. you for making it on. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, everybody. Do you guys want to give like your parting words for this topic, healing, transforming? What is some message you can leave with someone who's like on the verge of healing, but they think by getting someone else that will help them heal process faster, you know?
Yeah, my take is gonna be take your time. Do not jump into the next relationship way too fast. Take your time, take several months, go back to the drawing board, try to work on yourself and figure out what exactly was the real root cause of the problem that occurred in your previous relationship. Was it you? Was it him? Was it you having an expectation that really could not be met? Was it communication? What exactly was it? Have that conversation so that way you can at least start the healing process because without asking what really did you do wrong or what exactly really happened, you will not have that opportunity to heal properly. And you will end up taking that same mistake that has been made in the previous relationship into the next. That goes for both the males and the females. Don't be in a rush and just try to work on yourself. Nobody can love you more than you can love yourself. But at the same time, you should be able to know the difference between when somebody is trying to just trick you and when somebody is being genuine. Because sometimes we play the blaming game and then we don't try to accept the fact that sometimes the problems might actually come from us. So take that initiative and be open minded and willing to take the truth no matter how much it hurts. And that would definitely help you moving forward because it will make you grow yourself. You will grow to love yourself. You'll be able to handle other situations and be able to navigate it the right way the next time it comes along. And that way it will help to ease that trigger. And mental health is a big thing, so take that into consideration as well and try not to hurt each other because that is enough to destroy people. We've seen people that pretty much die due to heartbreaks and all that. We don't want that in our communities. We want to be able to handle situations like this instead of just piling up the trauma, the problems, and everything. So that is my take. Just take your time and heal and make sure you do self care, self love before you try to love somebody else because that's the only way that you'll be able to survive it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I like that. That was really good. Thank you, Rachel.
Okay, let me just go quick and like Rich Man has said everything. It's something that you good to take your time in. It's not something that you need to rush with. Healing is a process by itself. You don't want to jump into something so quick or faster that people will get that negative picture of you, even though you didn't do it before. But if you jump into it because you feel you want to prove something to somebody, that oh you are beautiful and you can get men to or you can get woman to all the kind of stuff, and then you jump into a relationship quicker, and anything happens in the process of that relationship, it will hit break back on you. So the only thing you need to do, you just keep it to your chest, pray about it, and ask God to direct you so that you can be able to find a relationship that will you to or perfect. It, it may not be perfect, that will you to something everlasting or lasting, that will lead to marriage or whatever. But you don't want to jump into a thing so fast, and at the end of the day, you start to regret about it. And to all everyone of the ladies, men who are going through the process of healing in terms of breakups in relationship, I just want to let you know today that you are not lost. All is not lost with you, and that is that. So I'm sorry for whatever the situation, but all is not lost. Just focus on what you're able to do and then do what you can do. God is there with you and you can be able to go through it.
Thank
That's my
you.
oh
Thank you
sorry.
so much. Thank you for that.
Oh, do my clothes
I
so
think you guys pretty much set it up, but to close, I want to thank our viewers. Our follower, well wisher. Thank you so much, River Says Pro. River Says Pro said thank you guys. Um, Thank you for following along. I know you're at work, but you're always here supporting us. So we say thank you for that. Thanks to Anna. I think Anna fell asleep or her phone's not working. But yeah, thank you so much, Anna. Thank you, each and every one of you guys. Those who are gonna watch this later. Again, disclaimer: we're not relationship expert, but again, we just come here to share our thoughts and our own personal experience with whatever the topic is. And tonight's topic, I really wanted to talk about it because I think people don't really give the time to it, and we all are just in passing. But there's so many variation when it comes to mental illness, and to me, it's all deriving, in my opinion, from all these, you know, people not healing and things happen, trauma and stuff like that. And relationship trauma is very, very, very permanent on people. It happens and it affects people. I just want to leave you guys with something that I wrote down here. So healing isn't about pretending that you never got hurt or it didn't happen. It's just about letting it, it's about not letting it define your next, connection. You might find somebody who, like for me, like I said, I went through it, and at first I thought, I probably would not find nobody else, and started making my own plan, but God always has a plan for you. So maybe that's your process of getting, what you deserve or what you want in life. So you can't build real love on top of a buried wound. So you want to make sure, it's kind of like when you have a wound and you're always covering it all and under it, it's not healed. When you see people who do wound care, they always want to clean the wound first and then start putting the topical medication over it so that way it heals from bottom to top. So you don't want, how do we know that we're healed? You will know. You will know. You start feeling like you want to do things that you want to do. Forgiving that person is a huge step of healing that I think we actually didn't mention in here. Like learning to forgive that person is not that you're letting whatever happen to you, but just finding your own inner peace. And like Jimmy said, when you know and meet someone, you absolutely know that inner peace that's in you. You will get that. Like Richmond said, take your time, give yourself some grace. Reflect. Take some accountability from whatever that's happened. Don't go with the whole social media thing because you see somebody posting a nice little post about a relationship that failed and now where they're at, and then you're like, yeah, I'm healed too. I know we all want to be part of the choo-choo train, but think about you. You don't even know what's going on in that person's closet. So just always think about you first. So before you say you're ready, ask yourself, have you healed or have you just hide the hurt? When you go to bed, when all the social media turned off and it's just you looking at the mirror, how do you feel? So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. We'll be here again tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Thank you. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you, guys. Hi. What did you say?
Thank you.
All right. We'll see. I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay?
All righty.
Hopefully,
All
by
right.
God's grace.
Yes, by the grace of God. Have a good night, you guys.
All right.
You too.
All right, bye. Hey, I don't even know how to start from here again. Jesus. I'm always messing with this thing. StreamYard is always